GTL was established in 2004, October. We had a period of probably 8 months for research and development into where we were going to go as a company, what our objectives were. 6 months to 8 months after that point, GTL started for real with live jobs. Even though GTL is a 100% privately owned company, the individuals within the company, I would call the team, have all got vested interest in the organisation as a whole. We train very heavily in our staff. We try to create an asset. We try to fulfil their requirements and their personal goals. And I suppose my primary role is to put those disciplines together to create a solution for the customer.
Well, basically this is GTL powerhead with 2 motors inside. It's a bi-directional auger which we use to install our piles. It connects to 360 excavator by means of a pin and a bracket which will hang off the dipper arm. GTL looked at the products that were on the market with regard to powerheads, majority of which are just single motor heads, and we wanted to incorporate 2 motors into one head. Bi-directional because obviously you need to install a pile to a set depth, but if you have problems you may need to uninstall that particular pile to get rid of blockages in the ground, hard ground. Also at a later date on a temporary structure we may go back and uninstall the piles, take them away, leaving the ground as virgin, and use the piles again on a different site.
At GTL, basically we design the screw piles. We're a one-stop design house in terms of we take the quotes for the jobs and then we design the piles based on conventional geotechnical theory. So we take a normal geotechnical investigation, either with boreholes in conjunction with SPTs, CPT data, other various geotechnical parameters. We then interpret those results to get our design parameters, and we design the piles for cohesive or semi-cohesive soils depending on what borehole information comes back. We analyse the piles for load. In-house we can also design the grillages that connect all the piles together to support whatever structure above, whether that is telecommunication masts, house supports, piping racks for oil and gas, you name it, we can build it. We use British standard codes, and we can also design to local codes as well when working outside of the country. I think the main thing in terms of the main advantage of a screw pile is it's an instant foundation in comparison to, say, concrete piles. You don't have to wait for curing time. Once you put the pile in, once you connect the grillages on, you can load it straight away. So for quick turnaround items where project program is incredibly short, these are the best foundation solutions. We can give you something that is workable and usable within 24 hours of putting the stuff in the ground.
What we have here is a standard screw pile configuration of a lead section consisting of a 114 CHS tube with 2 helical plates welded on. These particular ones are 350mm diameter, 10mm thick. Moving on, midsection plain 114 CHS. There could be more than 1, 2, 3 or 4 depending on the depth of the pile. And then to finish off we'd have a top cap, again 114 CHS with a collar which would fit onto the midsection. Again the same 3-bolt detail for connection. At the top of the top cap could just be a standard plate like this, 250 square, 25mm thick. It could be an eye, a hook, all manner of connection detail to suit the client's requirements.
We now have presence in EMEA and Australasia, with the core of our main business still being in the UK. GTL are unique in the fact that they give a friendly, supportive environment not only to their customers but also to their employees as well. It was always an objective to see GTL at the forefront of screw piling. With the people that we employ and the training that we give and the engineering and the research and all the other bits of development we do with regards to our foundation solutions, we are paving the way for innovative, economical, sustainable solutions in the ground.
It's quite an innovative solution. It's an old solution, but it's a very innovative solution, and it does help structures that wouldn't normally come about come to fruition through either architectural dreams or through engineering dreams. It's very versatile, it's very flexible. You can manage the connections between the piles and the superstructure above in many ways. It makes doing fabric structures a lot easier and exhibition structures a lot easier because of its temporary nature, but also its adaptability and ease of installation. The most enjoyable part of this, we design for absolutely everything, for houses through to oil and gas platforms. So there's a variety of codes, it's a great experience. We're working in different parts of the world, you're working with local codes as well as the BS standards, so it's a constant challenge technically and intellectually as well.
Right, our competitors use a gauge on the side of the machine that measures torque, which comes from the pile being installed into the ground. We at GTL don't believe that gives a true indication of what the actual torque is. GTL have come up with a solution which is a patented transducer which fits inside this transducer housing. Inside the housing is a wireless telemetry system which sends all its data to a handheld device which can either give a paper printout or the data can be downloaded to a laptop at a later date. The engineers on site will be able to take the soil report and relate that directly to the readout that's coming from the transducer, giving an accurate representation as to what's actually happening in the ground.
For me, it's good to be involved in something unique and the cutting edge of new technology. I enjoy the surroundings, I enjoy the diversity of what we do. I enjoy listening to the engineers, the labourers, who all got their point of view, all have an input into what we do. No individual is looked down on, no individual is looked upon as the font of all knowledge. I enjoy the challenges, I enjoy the end product that we give as a solution. I enjoy the uniqueness of what we do.